Welcome to episode 10 of the Ready Set Like
So
podcast.
today we've got some pretty good that I actually started, by the way, like all that was in.
Okay.
Welcome to episode 10 of the Ready Set Lag podcast. Your hosts, Nick.
Hi, and Jared.
Xbox outsells the PS5 again in March. Nah, but for real. Welcome to episode 10 of the Ready Set Lag podcast. We've got some really, really, really there are articles.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
we got
got
some we
some.
got some really really okay news
No,
for
I
you
mean
today.
there wasn't there's something that I really want to talk about, which we'll get to at the end.
Yeah,
Um,
we got a couple of good
yeah,
things here.
there's a couple of stuff
Possibly.
that's happened. Not not so surprising. Uh, Xbox outsells PS5 again in March, right? And this is by Xfire. Ray wrote this article. So I don't see this as big news.
I mean, it's kind of to be expected with just how hard it is to get your hands on a PS5
Yeah,
right
I think that if you had PS5s available at the rate that Xboxes are available, it wouldn't even be close, right?
now.
Like
Well, I mean,
well, it's still not close. Like PlayStation is still way outsold the Xbox in
yeah,
total.
overall, yeah, there's 17 million units of PS5s that have been sold compared to Xbox, which has only sold 12 million units.
But I don't like I said, I believe that if the consoles were available, like you could just go into a store and get them. I don't even think everybody I know wants a PlayStation. Like
Yeah, well, I mean, and again, this is my humble opinion. I feel like PlayStation exclusives are just far superior to the Xbox
shout out
exclusives.
Halo, dude. Been absolutely pooping the bed. Like it's not fun. I don't even play it anymore. Um, and like my brother texted me yesterday and was like, "Dude, what should I get? The PlayStation or the Xbox?" And I was like, "Dude, Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us, Uncharted. Like it's not even close. God of War. Like there's so
Mhm.
many things that you have to play on PlayStation, and then there's good games on Xbox, but it's like everybody buys an Xbox for the Game Pass, which is still literally the greatest invention of all time, in my
And that's
opinion.
the thing. It's like Xbox really doesn't have to outsell PlayStation. They're just focused on making Game Pass better. They
Which
want to
they
sell
which they do.
Game Pass. Yeah, like
Nobody
that's
can deny it.
so like if you compare the profits of units sold and how much money Game Pass has made for Xbox and PlayStation Plus has made for PlayStation, what do you think? Do you think
Oh,
Xbox
Xbox
in
has got
terms
that.
of
100%.
in terms of like profit?
Yeah,
Prob-
Xbox
Probably.
is
I don't
Xbox
know.
is making those big brain plays right now, right?
Yeah.
Like they're acquiring studios, they're really bolstering their there's that word again. They're really bolstering the Game Pass. They're trying to make it a long-term thing. And I remember when everybody used to laugh at Game Pass and was like, me and Turk talked about this. I think it was episode 8. I want to see how much money companies like our studios lose by putting their games on some kind of pass, right? And obviously, it doesn't really matter if it's a studio owned by Microsoft because they're making the money anyways. But I wonder how much like upfront money are they getting to put the game on Game Pass? But how much would they make if they didn't? You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like that's what I'm interested in. But Xbox is killing it. I've been watching, they bought Activision Blizzard. I've been watching Overwatch 2 streams literally all day.
Mhm.
Uh it looks really, really fun, but also I've never played Overwatch, so it might just be the same exact thing. But it looks really, really fun. They own that.
And
So
now they have the now that they own Obsidian and Bethesda, there's a chance we can get Fallout New Vegas 2, which will definitely be a heavy hitter for Microsoft to obtain.
Absolutely. And I like
Um,
that's the thing. Like if you're going to argue and nothing against the dude who wrote the article, just in my opinion, like
mhm.
PlayStation 5 is all it's just going to sell more, right? Because also at the same like if people who have PCs, which PC gaming is not like the largest like bracket, right? Like consoles are way bigger than PC in terms of players. Um but if you have a PC, there's no point to have an Xbox.
Yeah.
So people who have a PC, they're always going to go get the PlayStation because they want to play those exclusives, which I think Sony is starting
It,
to they're starting to focus in on PC a little bit.
it's become a more of a matter instead of Xbox versus PlayStation, it's Microsoft overall
Oh yeah.
overtaking PlayStation. Like it's not just a numbers game in terms of like how many consoles they're selling. It's like you said, like the Game Pass. That's what's gonna put them over the top. And in fact, here in the article, it actually mentions that there have been reports that Microsoft is already looking into increasing the base price of the Game Pass. And if
Oh, you think Sony that's why Sony just launched with that price out the gate?
yeah, maybe it says if implemented, the new Game Pass would have a baseline price of $15 a month.
That's a whole other episode.
Yeah,
We have to break that down.
we'll have to come back to that at another date.
Speaking of dates, Naughty Dog is
I'm gonna be honest. That's not one of your best.
that's not it's not.
It wasn't one of your best ones.
So, also another X-Fire article here by Ray. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the last name because I don't want to ruin it. But
Empoloki, Empolokio, Empolokio.
yeah, okay.
That's just
Naughty
what the
Dog is
same
working
thing
on
so
an
far.
unannounced remake. It's Last of Us. There you
Uh,
go.
not, not confirmed.
Oh, 100% going
I,
to be confirmed.
I'm really hoping it's not the case. I don't want them to. I don't want them to pull a Skyrim.
No,
You know.
listen. I I will. The Last of Us is up there, top 3 greatest games of all time, in my opinion. Right?
Mhm.
Like I loved the game. Skyrim's not up there anymore. It used to be, but they're going to absolutely milk The Last of Us dry, right? They're going to put as many versions of that game out as possible. They're absolutely working on, and once again, this is unconfirmed, so take it with a grain of salt, but I'm right. They're working on Last of Us Remake for the
Well,
PlayStation 5.
specifically, the information comes from a LinkedIn profile of a Naughty Dog employee, and it lists two projects. One is an unannounced remake, and the second is an unannounced multiplayer project. So they're
Hey,
thinking
I loved the multiplayer in Last of Us.
that they were saying that this multiplayer bit could be for The Last of Us Part Two. Um, and then like the remake could be The Last of Us. What I personally would love, what I would love to see, um, they haven't touched Jack and Daxter in forever. I would absolutely love for them to go back and remake Jack and Daxter just like Ratchet and Clank was remade. You know?
So why they're not going to do that? And I think they just need to they I'm tired of the remakes and remasters, right? I think they need just to leave them alone. Um, but the reason they're not going to do that, um, is because they know The Last of Us is going to make them a bunch of money, right? So they know that people are going to buy it. So it's pretty much it's not like instead of like going out on a limb and making something new, they're just going to remaster and remake things that they already know is going to sell. So granted, what's an older game, right? But Jack and Dax, but they're not gonna do that because they don't know how well it's gonna sell now. They're just gonna
Well,
do the things they know is gonna
like
sell.
the love for Jack and Daxter is still there. You know, like they're amazing characters. They were great games. They have that nostalgic factor. I would consider like the newer Ratchet and Clank games a success. You know, like that Ratchet and Clank were basically the direct competitors of Jack and Daxter. That turned out well, and they remastered um, Crash Bandicoot, so I don't see why not Jack and Daxter. I would absolutely love to see that. It's more than likely going to be The Last of Us. I do agree. Um, but I want them to give Jack and Daxter a little love. They need some attention.
I
It's
mean,
been too long.
I would like to see it, right? Like I played Jack and Daxter, but it's been so long since a Jack and Daxter game has come out that they don't 100% know that it's going to sell however many copies, right? But they know Last of Us is going to sell however many copies. So like studios they're like the risks aren't there anymore. So they're not going to do that, which really a remake and a remaster to me is not it's not a risk, right? So but they're I
A
don't know.
remake is a remake
I'm
would
starting
be
to get
more
on a
realistic.
bad mood, dude. I want to go in. I'm not going to though. But they they're not making interesting things anymore, right?
Mhm.
So we're gonna get
Um,
The Last of Us on the PS5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
really, like the only games that have come out from Naughty Dog in recent years that have been very successful have just been the Last of Us franchise and Uncharted. Um,
Well, it's
I
Crash.
don't
Well, yeah. Well, it's a Crash Bandicoot. I heard didn't that sell well? The
the
remake.
yeah, the Insane trilogy. There was
Yeah.
that, but yeah. So it's I feel like Jack and Daxter, man, it's one
Would
of
you
their
rather
it's one
see
of
a
their better
remake?
franchises.
Would you rather see a remake or a remaster? Would you rather just see them make a new game, like make
I
a new
mean,
Jack and Daxter game?
that's what a remake is, right? They're completely remaking.
Yeah, but it's the same game.
No, no, that's a remaster.
No, a remake is they're redoing the game, right? Like with new
Like what they
assets, but
did.
it's the same game. It's the same story.
No, I thought. Okay, hold on. I
A
thought
remaster
remake,
is when they just like reshade over the old game.
like what they did with like Ratchet and Clank and Final Fantasy
Yeah, but
7.
that's the same game. It's the same story.
But there's like differences and stuff in there.
No,
But no, no,
it just looks better.
Ratchet and Clank is pretty much completely different.
Well, Ratchet and
Um,
Clank, they came out with a new game. It
is
was a
it
new
okay?
game.
We'll have to go into like detail about like what the difference between a remake and a remaster is. I would
So
just love to
a
see
remaster, right? So let's
like a new
say
story of just hit redo on Jack and Daxter. That's what I want. I want to
that's
see.
just a new game.
Give me Jack and Daxter Shippuden.
Oh,
Give me
that's tough.
that.
That's tough. No, but
Jack.
like remaster, right?
Hmm.
Same game. They just reshade over everything. They're not really changing anything. They're just adding new textures.
Okay, I'm just gonna say reboot. I want a Jack and
There
Dexter
you
reboot.
go. A reboot. You want them
Yeah,
to just start over but make a different game.
yeah.
Like you wanted
I mean,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
what
yeah.
that in my
That's a
mind. That's what.
reboot.
Okay, I mean, like remaster and I thought remake was essentially just reboot.
No,
Is it? Is that not the same?
remake is where they will rebuild the game, but it's the same game. They
Okay,
just do it in a new engine. So like
all right.
they go in and they draw or like they animate new stuff, but it's supposed to be the same as so if they remade the first Jack and Daxter, if they
Okay,
remake it,
so
it would
yeah,
be the
okay,
same story, the same missions, the same it would just be made in a new engine.
yeah. See, for me, I want to reboot, like a soft Jack and Daxter reboot. That would be awesome.
I see that I could I would be okay with that. I just think that the new thing is to have like Wait, this is gonna sound super whiny, but I love sequels. Like if there's a trilogy of a game, right? Like I'm super excited about God of War, but I'll talk about this on the last one. Never mind. I'm super excited. I'm super excited about the new God of War. I would love a Ghost of
I know
Tsushima
what you're talking
2.
about.
Yeah, yeah. I love Ghost. Would love for them to make a Ghost of Tsushima 2, but at the same time, I want people to make new IPs.
Oh
Like
yeah,
I
that,
want
I mean,
new
we're
stuff.
sorely lacking for new stuff. Although we are getting a couple more things here in the near future. I'm excited for.
I just hope they're all
Uh,
good. All right,
yeah.
so
Speaking of
next
World of
thing.
Warcraft.
Yeah, speaking of dragons, uh, the new World of Warcraft expansion, right?
Yay.
And we are going to go. Um, we're kind of putting the pieces together to have a episode of Ready Set Lag all about MMOs.
Mhm.
That's going to be really really fun. But obviously, Dragonflight just it got announced. Was it last week?
I
Um,
believe so, yeah.
so I was addicted to World of Warcraft, but not as long as some people. I was addicted for about a year. I got out of it, right? Like I'm one of the people who crawled out of the addiction, dude. It didn't
Yeah,
get me. It didn't get me as bad as League of Legends got me. I was
no,
addicted to that.
I never got a chance to become addicted. I got overwhelmed before I got a chance to get addicted to WoW. I literally,
Yeah, you played
hopped
later
in.
on, right?
Yeah, yeah, I didn't play WoW whenever I was younger. It literally took me into, I was literally in college by the time I tried World of Warcraft, and I played it with a friend, and he was just, like, literally just taking me from dungeon to dungeon. Just
Dungeon
as soon as we
crawling.
yeah, just one like, as soon as we're done, I'm like, "Oh, man, that was rough," and he's just like, "Next." I'm like, "Okay, hang on."
No time, dude. You got to get
I
to the
need
next one.
I was like, "I need to recover from that. Hold on a second," and it just and I got burned out so quickly. Like, I honestly I appreciate World of Warcraft. I can admire it, for what it is, and it's definitely an achievement in video games. It stood the test of time. It's still considered the king of MMOs, and respect where respect is due.
Dude, we talked about this with Fortnite too, right? Like you can hate Fortnite, but you got to
Mhm.
respect Fortnite. Like
Yeah.
what they did to be as
Um,
relevant as long as they have been and to literally like get everybody into a video game, right?
there's
Like
no way to like keep something like they've had their ups and their downs. Like if something goes on for as long as it has, like even with any like movie franchise or TV show or video game series, you're bound to like miss the mark
yeah.
sometimes. And I know that's happened a lot with
Oh, they've had some absolutely terrible
blunders.
expansions. Yeah, 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 100%.
It's like they can't really recapture the magic of like what was it? It was I think it was Burning Crusade. Wasn't that the one that was like super popular?
They were all really, really popular until I didn't like Mists of
No,
Pandaria.
I was gonna say I think that was kind of like the first big misstep that they had.
Yeah, I didn't really enjoy that one. The Lynch King was really great.
Yeah, I remember. I think that was about the time I started to like take an interest, but I didn't play it yet.
And then I got
Um,
Shadowlands, which is the one that's on right now. Like I've not played it, right? Like I said, I kind of got out of it, but I've heard people who are just they're over it. So, which that's a World of Warcraft thing. For as long as I can remember World of Warcraft, it's been people who they're really really into the game.
mhm.
They're playing it all the time. This is the greatest expansion that's ever existed. I love it so much. 6 months later, I hate this game. I never want to play it. But then you check Discord, and underneath their name, it just says World of Warcraft every day, right? Like the same thing with people who love Call of Duty. Oh my god, this COD sucks. How many hours do you have in it? 3,000, dude. I hate this game.
I can't wait till next year.
Yeah, I can't wait till next. We talked. We're already on the subject of Blizzard and Activision because it's the same. It's the same company. Call of Duty has mastered the ability of the short attention span of of gamers, right?
Mhm,
They make a game that they know is only going to be good for 6 months, and so you'll buy the next one, right? I'm not saying
mhm.
that's what World of Warcraft is doing. I just wanted to say that. But the new speaking of dragons, Dragonflight, World of Warcraft expansion, right? We get a level cap increase to 70.
Yep.
We get a new class.
New playable race.
Yeah, new playable race. Like what was it called again?
Dracthyr. It's Dracthyr. So I guess you're like a dragon person. It's a draconic race.
See,
As like
that's
a,
pretty
and
cool.
it that also has a humanoid form. So I guess it's like the Worgans. I think that's what it's going to be. So it's like you can have a human form and then
Dragon
transform
Isle,
into
dude.
into a dragon race.
5 new zones.
They're going to be a neutral race, by the way.
They're going to be a neutral race,
Hmm.
new dungeons and raids.
So I think the goal for this expansion is to really um,
They can't miss. That's like the big thing. Like they can't. This can't be a bad expansion.
Yeah, well, I think what they're trying to do here is they're trying to appeal more to the fantasy aspect of World of Warcraft, you know? Like they're really like I mean, you usually whenever you think like fantasy world dragons is like one of the first things that kind of like come to mind.
I'm trying to see if you can ride a dragon.
Well, I mean, imagine dragonflight.
I
Imagine
would hope so.
which I think you can already, can't you? If you're a hunter class,
There can
I'm
only
pretty.
be.
Sh-
Hold
I'm
on, I'm
pretty sure you
reading, dude.
can. Okay.
I'm trying to see if you can ride it. It doesn't say. Dragon riding is a new feature that
Is a new
gives players
feature.
a new way to fly on the cut. Oh, let's go!
There it is.
Catch me on World of Warcraft. Actually, no, I can't do that. I literally like
Don't get sucked back
I
into it.
can't. I can't. Like that. I can't play League of Legends. Like I have to. I think I spent over like $2,000 on that game. Like it was an addiction, like a real addiction. Um, and then I can't really get sucked back into MMOs. When Ashes of Creation come out, I have a feeling that's another good one we'll talk about on the MMO episode. But I got to be really careful about that because I definitely get like if they're good, I become very addicted to them. That's why I haven't
Yeah, I
played
mean,
Final Fantasy.
dude, dude, like RuneScape
Oh,
back in the
dude,
day.
God,
That's
I
all we
still play
did.
RuneScape. I still log on,
I I have a I built a $4,000 computer just so I could play some RuneScape.
dude. Absolutely. All right, so now for
Wait,
the
wait.
big news.
I'm gonna set you up. I'm gonna set you up. You ready?
Yeah,
We really like to talk about studio acquisitions here on Ready Set Like.
dude. Speaking about studio acquisitions,
Oh my god, there
I
it
know,
is.
dude. I'm telling you, I'm on it. Several private equity firms might be interested in buying Ubisoft, and I'm going to tell you that we've been calling it, right?
Hmm.
Ubisoft is definitely the next studio to get bought up. Now it says private equity firms. I think they mentioned BlackRock and KKR and Co. I've never heard of that. That are like eyeing buying the company. I don't think any of them are going to get it. I think I was tweeting about this. Shout out to Spares for sending me the article early. Because we were in the DMs, we were sitting there talking about Assassin's Creed. Which, by the way, I said it last episode. I was gonna have to give Valhalla a try, and I
Hmm.
will say I'm having a really good time.
Yeah,
So,
like you play it like a Viking game.
oh, I'm having a blast. I love it. It's a good time. Um, I don't think they have a shot. I definitely think that uh, Sony or Microsoft is going to
It's
step
got
in.
it's dude. Watch there be a complete like blindside and Nintendo sweeps in.
Nintendo. Well, dude, they have the Mario and Rabbits.
Yeah, the
That
Raven Rabbits,
yeah,
rabbits. Yeah,
they've got the connection, right? But
with
I've been saying I thought Microsoft was going to buy Ubisoft just based on the fact that they had Rainbow Six Quarantine was on there early. I feel like they kind of have that they have that like rapport with each other. I think that's what's going to happen because if you're a and by God, don't you ever sell to EA, dude. Oh my God, you're already a terrible company when it comes to like making good games. Not with that. Okay, well that's a little harsh. When it comes to meeting expectations. So let's not sell to the company who is literally the worst at meeting expectations. I can't say make
yeah.
bad games because they did
I
make
mean,
Assassin's Creed and Far Cry and Splinter Cell. And,
they they go to EA and then eventually they will get shut down.
yeah, 100%. So,
It's happening to what was it? BioWare, dude. Oh man, they better hope that
oh,
was
if
the
the
next
next Dragon
Dragon
Age
Age.
game isn't good, they're shut down,
They
100%.
they have to be gone after that.
But I think that you're going to have, like I said, you're gonna have Microsoft sweep in, or the only reason I think that Sony's is in like the play of this acquisition is the fact that Microsoft just spent 60 something $billion buying Activision and Blizzard. So I don't know if they're willing to spend the money to buy Ubisoft right now. They probably are because they've got billions of more dollars. Um, but I think Sony might have a shot. And to be honest with you, with Ubisoft, I would rather it go to Sony because I feel like we would get better like single player experiences personally. And
Yeah.
Ubisoft to
Um,
me is like used to be the best at it, right? Like you would like the old Assassin's Creeds, the Far Cries, the Splinter Cells, like I mentioned earlier, the Rainbow Six games, the old Rainbow Six games.
yeah, we mentioned that we think Sony with their acquisitions they've been more going after like the talent rather than like the IPs. But I really feel like they need some of those IPs in their corner.
I'm gonna mess it up. Didn't Sony just bought whoa my god, was it what was the company name? The one who made no, was that Microsoft? Who bought the one that made the Assassin's Creed
Oh, you're
stuff?
talking about we talked about it last episode, right?
Yeah.
It was the Amy Henning.
That was
Oh no, it
Uncharted,
was
right?
Amy Hennig, that was Uncharted, yeah. We talked about it in a previous episode. Hold
Yeah.
on.
I
Let's
think it was so oh yeah, we can just scroll up. Shout
yeah,
out
man.
Discord. Um we just talked about Ubisoft last episode too.
Yeah, we talked about it quite a bit.
Yeah. Jade Raymond, New Haven Studios.
New Haven.
Shortly after the Assassin's Creed co-founder left Stadia. So yeah. So imagine Sony sweeps in and buys Ubisoft, and now you have
The
the person.
co-creator
Yeah.
of Assassin's Creed, like, in that corner as well.
So that is very very interesting. Also, if you
Match made
didn't
in heaven.
know, Project Q got leaked. Um,
Yep.
no plans to add NFTs. Yeah, right. Um, it's
Right
not a battle
now.
royale. Yeah, we're not going to add them. We have no plans in the foreseeable future to add NFTs. The
Then
game's
the
out for a week. We now
review
have
comes out.
plans.
They have all the reviews come out, and then it's like, "All right, now."
But I see Sony being in the running for this. That's who I would want to buy. Look, I don't care about the whole battle between companies. All I want is good games, right?
Yeah.
And so I don't
Well,
care if Microsoft buys Ubisoft and because they've been struggling, right? Like their stock price has fallen, their production has been garbage. How long have we been waiting for Skull and Bones, right? Like I but if I'm Ubisoft, I'd be like I want to sell to Sony because I think Sony would take care of the single player properties, right?
mhm.
But
And
also
Ubisoft has been kind
Microsoft just
of
come in and lay on that fat stack of cash, right? So I don't know. I don't feel like the private equity firms are going to get it. I feel like it's going to be a bigger gaming studio is going to buy them out. And hopefully we get better games out of it. I don't know. There's just so many acquisitions, dude. Elon Musk bought Twitter. Like I don't know what's happening anymore.
and then there's a merger between Warner Brothers and Discovery, and just a lot of moves going on up in the corporate world right now.
Yeah. But anyways, that's pretty much all I got, dude.
Yeah.
Um it's, like I said, we were joking around at the start of it, but I'm very interested in Ubisoft right now. Like I'm watching Ubisoft, so like I constantly am like checking their stock price and like I'm looking at their like official like Twitter and Instagram and their website and then I'm looking at like all the business like Twitter and stuff like that seeing if something's happening because I want to be like I'll put out a 5-second podcast just being like Sony got him. See you guys for the next episode. Hang up like or in the stream or in the recording.
We created a teaser for like the next podcast.
Yeah, like I'm very interested in this. I definitely think it's going to be. Like I said, I see Sony being interested in this one.
Yeah, I mean, uh, yeah, I keep saying, I think keep thinking to myself like Microsoft has already spent so much money, but man, they got some deep pockets.
I don't think it's out of the question for Microsoft to walk in and give them some absurd offer, right? I
Uh,
don't.
they,
I could definitely see
they,
that happening.
I mean, they could be waiting just to see if the value of Ubisoft like drops after like one of these upcoming games or something, because that's kind of what they did with Activision Blizzard after that Bloomberg report came out and everything, and then
Yeah,
the
they swept
value
in there.
yeah, the value dropped, and that's when Microsoft swept in, man. They came in,
My problem with
snag
that is if they wait long enough, is one of these other, like, equity firms that have nothing to do with gaming, are they gonna sweep in and buy it? And
yeah,
then if they sweep in and buy it, they're gonna suck all the money they can out of it, and they're just gonna shut it down.
yeah. Hopefully,
So,
it'll go to, I mean, either Microsoft, Sony, or heck, even Nintendo. Just a company that's definitely going to take care of it and, like, all their IPs and, just give us some good games, man.
well, that's pretty much it. You got anything to say?
I mean, thank you guys so much for tuning in and listening to us, and appreciate all the support that we've been getting. Uh, Podcast has hit over 100 downloads, so
In
thank
10
you.
episodes. Well, 11 if you count episode 0, but we don't, by the
Yeah,
way.
yeah. But yeah, thank you so much. We really appreciate uh, all the love and support that all of you have given us. I'm really excited to see where this is going to go. I'm really looking forward to the future.
We
Um,
got some big things planned.
we got some good things lined up for season 2.
We do.
We are about halfway through season 1 now, so we're very excited. But you can go on readysetlag.com, find all of our socials on there. We're on pretty much every platform. And as always, we love you.
I love you so
So
much. Bye.
bye.